people in the body of Christ don't get excited about God's grace. Why? Because they think they are where they are by their own money, by their own being, by their own thoughts. I wish I had some help in here. But listen here, my brothers and sisters, you have what you have by the grace of God. You live where you live only by the grace of God. You work where you work only by, I wish I had some help in here, only by the grace of God. It's only by the grace of God, and all night and all day the angels keep on watching over you. It is only by the grace of God that you're not laid up in some hospital today. It's only by the grace of God that you're in your right mind today. It's only by the grace of God you know the difference between a hair comb and a toothbrush. It's only by the grace of God today that you're in God's house able to lift holy hands. It's only by the grace of God you can tell your loved ones that you love them. It's only by the grace of God you can come to God's house and give him praise. It's only by the grace of God you have what you have. It's only by the grace of God you wear what you wear. It's only by the grace of God you drive what you drive. It's only by the grace of God you can love on your loved ones. It's only by God's grace. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, it's only by God's grace. It's amazing to me, Sister Deb. I feel like preaching now. That church folk refuse to get excited about God's grace. Because it's grace that keeps you. I wish I had some more folk right now. I said it's grace that keeps you. It's grace that holds you in the midnight hour. It's only grace that keeps you when you get a negative and bad report. It's grace that keeps you when family walk out on you and friends give you the two fingers. It's only God's grace. It's only God's grace. And I think I need to give you the thesis to this little small sermon today. That if we're going to be the people of God that God has called, captured, cornered, and commissioned and commanded us to be, then we got to understand and be excited just to be in the grips of God's grace. That's the thesis right there. If we're going to be able to go to the next level, if we're going to be able to accomplish everything that God has in plan for you and I, we got to be excited. I wish I had some help in here. We got to be excited about God's grace. Let me help somebody. Let me give you a little sidebar. Grace, my brothers and sisters, by way of a Webster's dictionary, is nothing but an unmerited favor given by God. Let me help somebody. Let's go to Theology 101. He says, Webster defined Mario grace as unmerited favor given by God. In other words, it's, you can't steal. You can't con for it. Come on, somebody. You can't be trickery and with that foolery to get it. I wish I had some help in here, but grace is something given to you and I when we don't even deserve it. I wish I had some help in here. And let me talk about 3-4 folk in here. Notice you don't deserve to be here today. Somebody said I should have been dead, sleeping in my grave. Somebody said I should have been in the crazy house. I should have been down the street in somebody's ditch, but it's only by God's grace. Grace. I get excited giddy about grace because I know that it's only grace that brought me. It is grace that has taught me. I wish I had some more church folk in here, but it's only grace that got you up this morning. I know you thought it was your alarm clock, but no, baby, it was God's amazing grace that your eyes flew open to see a brand new day that you've never seen before and shall never see again. It's only by God's grace. So Paul writes here, never to the church at Corinth. Here in chapter 12, verse 7 through 10. Paul says here, he said, listen here, lest I should be exalted above measure, there was Larry given unto me a thorn. A messenger of Satan, here it is, to buffet me. What he says here, he said, says, I'm in the grips of grace, but I understand that, listen here, there was a time I got the big head. I done lost half y'all because y'all ain't going to keep it 100 in here. He says, I'm in the text, he said, unless I should be exalted above measure. Paul says, unless I get the big head, unless I start thinking of myself more than I really am. He says, there was given unto me a thorn in the flesh. What he basically said is, when I got to a place in my life and I thought I was all of that. Y'all ain't gonna say that. Let me talk to some real folk over here. He says, when I got to a point of planting this church, I went to Rome and started a church. I came here and started a church. I went to Ephesus and started a church. I went to Thessalonica and started a church. I went to Philemon and started. I had some help in it. He said, I started getting a big head, but God had to bring me down. And I think I need to talk to somebody here, because you may be right where Paul was. You got a little money, prestige, prominence, and a little money in the bank. You think you got it going on, but he said, listen, unless I got the big head, there was given unto me a thorn in the flesh. And I think I need to pause since y'all tired of me. Parenthetically to help somebody, because you do know that when you get to a place where you think you all in that, God do know how to bring you down. Can I get some real folk in here? We've all been there. Come on, we all been there from the pulpit to the back door. We got 2, 3 t-shirts. Listen, we done got to the point where we thought we was high-minded and highfalutin. Had our nose up in the air, couldn't nobody tell us nothing. We knew all the answers. But God had to bring us down. Said, unless I should be exalted above measure. Tyrell says, there was a given, here it is, there was given unto me a thorn in my flesh. Now, I don't know about you, but thorn. They're pretty, sharp on the end. Thorns have a way of pricking and sticking. Well, I wish I had some help in here. Agent of thorn knows how to get your attention. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but I think I got a remnant of folk that's been stuck before. Can I get some help in here? He said, listen here, I recognize my shortcomings. Why? Because this thorn pricked me. He said, I was idle in my personality. In other words, he says, something inside of me wanted me to think more of myself than I really was. I wish I had some help in here. I'm still on my first point. He says something inside of me. He was idle in personality. He said there was something inside of me that wanted me to think more than I really was. He says, this storm that the Lord gave me, it was impeding my progress. Says, Lord, he gave me something that stopped me in my tracks. Why was I to preach all of this? I'm in the text. He says, a messenger of Satan, Melissa, to buffet me. BJ, the word buffet in its original language, nevers, which is the Greek language, means to hit with a closed fist. Why wish I had some more powerful? So what he said is, not only was I dealing with this thorn, but he said the message of Satan really started wailing on me. And I think I got you right where I want you. All right. Somebody here, the devil has been going plumb upside your head. Not because you're easy prey. I wish I had some help in here. Not because you're easy target, but because you've gotten to a point and place in your life